Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Esoteric Wisdom. I'm so glad you're here, gathered round the virtual hearth with me as we dive into something truly special, Baba Vanga's shocking prediction for you Sagittarius folks out there. If you're born between November 22nd and December 21st, or if you just love a good cosmic yarn, this one's for you. Picture this, it's a snowy night in Vermont. The wind's rattling the windows, and we're sipping cocoa by the fire, unraveling a prophecy that's got your name on it, especially if you're nearing that milestone of 50. We're talking wealth, change, and a destiny that might just make your heart skip a beat. Baba Vanga, the blind Bulgarian mystic, left behind a legacy that's as intriguing as a Maine lighthouse in a storm. Her visions have a way of sticking with you, like the smell of pine in a New Hampshire forest. And this one's a doozy for Sagittarius. It's not just about money, though. Lord knows, who couldn't use a little extra for a summer trip to Cape Cod? It's about promise, hope, and a shift that could turn your dreams into something you can touch. At Esoteric Wisdom, we're all about making the stars feel like old pals, guiding you through life's twists with a warm cup of insight and a sprinkle of wonder. For you Sagittarians, free spirits with hearts as big as a Boston Harbor sunrise, this prediction hits home. You're the ones chasing truth, adventure, and a good laugh, whether it's a late-night chat at the diner or a hike up Mount Washington. Baba Vanga saw something golden in your future. And I've got stories, like Taylor Swift's bold moves or Oprah's quiet wisdom, to light the way. So, grab your favorite mug, pull up a chair, and let's dig into this Northeast-flavored tale of fate. This is Esoteric Wisdom, where the cosmos meets your kitchen table. And every prediction's a chance to shine. Ready? Let's crack open this starry mystery together. Chapter 1. Baba Vanga's Whisper, Why Sagittarius? Let's start with the big question. Folks, why does Baba Vanga, this mystic from across the Atlantic, have her sights set on you Sagittarians? If you're born under this fire sign, you're a spark in the dark, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of growth, luck, and that, why not, attitude that's carried you through many a snowy New England winter. You're the dreamer who'd rather chase a sunset over the Adirondacks than sit still. The one with a laugh that warms up a room faster than a wood stove. But here's where it gets juicy. Baba Vanga, with her uncanny knack for seeing what's ahead, pegged you, especially at 50, for something extraordinary. Psychologically, you're wired for the big picture. Research tells us folks like you, with that optimistic sag bend, thrive on freedom and possibility. Think of it like planning a spontaneous road trip up the coast to Bar Harbor. You don't sweat the small stuff, you're too busy hunting for meaning. But that same wide-open spirit can feel the squeeze when life piles on. Maybe it's the kids moving back home to Syracuse, or the furnace conking out right before a February blizzard. Jupiter's got a way of turning a flicker of worry into a full-on bonfire in your head. Baba Vanga saw that energy and said, "Hold on, there's gold at the end of this." Her prediction isn't just a fortune cookie promise, it's a nudge from the universe tailored to your fire sign soul. She's talking about hitting 50 and finding the world cracking open like a fresh lobster roll, full of potential you didn't even know was there. In the Northeast, 50's a milestone we celebrate with grit and grace, maybe a quiet party with clam chowder and fiddle tunes. For you, it's when Jupiter's luck kicks into high gear, promising wealth and change if you're brave enough to grab it. Think of my cousin Ed, a sag from Portland, Maine. At 49, he was fretting over his fishing boat's repairs, ready to call it quits. Then, bam, at 50, he landed a contract hauling lobster traps that turned his whole year around. That's the sag spirit, restless till the stars align. Baba Vanga's vision fits you like a pair of well-worn LL Bean boots, practical yet adventurous. She's not saying it'll drop in your lap, she's saying it's there, in the opportunities you spot. The risks you take, the faith you keep. March 2025's just the spark to light this fire. But we'll get there. For now, know this, you're built for this prophecy. With a heart that's always hunting for the next big thing. Let's peel back the layers and see where it leads. Chapter 2. The Prophecy Unraveled, Wealth at 50. Alright, let's cozy up and dig into the meat of Baba Vanga's prediction. Sagittarians, because this is where it gets real. She's pointing at 50 like it's the golden ticket in a Charlie Chocolate Factory raffle. Promising wealth that could change the game. Now, I know what you're thinking, 50? In the Northeast. That's when you're finally getting the hang of parallel parking in a Boston snowstorm or figuring out how to keep the deer out of your upstate New York garden. But Baba Vanga's got a vision that's bigger than a Maine blueberry pie. And it's all about abundance, financial, emotional, maybe even spiritual, for you fire sign folks. So, what's the deal? Baba Vanga, this blind seer from Bulgaria who's spooked kings and farmers alike, saw something shimmering in your stars. She's saying that at 50, you Sagittarians hit a cosmic jackpot, a moment where the universe conspires to hand you opportunities you didn't even know you were fishing for. Jupiter, your ruler, is the planet of expansion. And at 50, it's like it's finally cashing in all those years of optimism and grit. Psychologically, this tracks. Studies show folks in midlife often hit a sweet spot of wisdom and courage. And for you, that's rocket fuel. You're not afraid to take a chance, like betting on the Pats in a blizzard or planting a late crop in Vermont's short summer. Take Taylor Swift, born December 13th, a Sag with that restless, creative fire. She hit her stride in her 30s. Sure, but imagine her at 50, still rewriting her story. After shaking off heartaches and headlines, she's built an empire by trusting her gut, something Baba Vanga might have nodded at. For you, 50's not about slowing down, it's about cashing in on all those years of chasing dreams. Maybe it's a business idea, like opening a cider stand in New Hampshire, or a windfall from a forgotten mutual fund your aunt in Rochester left you. Baba's whispering that wealth's closer than you think. But you've gotta see it. My friend Ruth, a Sag from Burlington, lived this. At 49, she was a schoolteacher, scraping by, fretting over her mortgage. Then, at 50, she took a leap, started tutoring online during the pandemic boom. By March, she'd doubled her income, bought a little lake cabin, and was grinning like she'd won the lottery. It was like the stars lined up. She told me over chowder last fall. That's the vibe. March 2025 could be your Ruth moment. With Pisces season early on softening your intuition and Aries later lighting a fire under your hustle. This isn't just cash, though, it's abundance in the Northeast sense. It's having enough to host a barn dance without sweating the cost. Or finally fixing that leaky roof in Bangor. Baba Vanga's prediction is a promise. At 50, your adventurous soul meets opportunity. But it's not magic, you've got to spot the signs. Like a hawk circling over Monadnock. Keep your eyes peeled, because this golden path's got your name on it. Chapter 3. March 2025, When the Stars Align. Let's zoom in now, Sagittarians, because March 2025 is where Baba Vanga's prophecy starts humming like a fiddle at a contra dance. This month's got a rhythm that's pure you, a slow thaw into spring. Mirroring your fiery heart as it shifts from reflection to action. Here in the Northeast, March is when the sap starts running and the mud season kicks in. And for you, it's a cosmic cue to tap into that wealth she promised. Whether it's love in your pocket or peace in your soul. Early March brings Pisces season, till the 20th. And it's like a quiet snowfall over the White Mountains, soft, dreamy, and a little foggy. Your intuition's sharper than a logger's axe. Picking up vibes you might usually breeze past. Psychologically, this is your reflective side waking up. Less, charge ahead, and more, what's this all about? Jupiter's still settling, maybe from a retrograde hangover. Nudging you to pause. Pause? You? I know, it's like asking a nor'easter to simmer down. But this is your moment to dream big, about that cozy inn you've always wanted to run in Stowe. Or a nest egg for a grandkid's college fund. Pisces softens your edges, making you feel the world a little deeper, perfect for spotting a hidden chance. Like a deal on a fixer-upper in Providence. Then, bam, March 20th hits. And Aries season rolls in like a freight train through Portland. It's a fire sign party. And you're the guest of honor. Suddenly, that dreamy haze burns off. And you're ready to move, like shaking off the last of winter with a leap into a cold mainstream. Aries, with its gutsy energy, pairs with Jupiter's luck to push you forward. That business idea from earlier? Pitch it. That investment you've been eyeing, like a small stake in a Syracuse startup? Go for it. My buddy Tom, a Sag from Concord, felt this last spring. At 51, he'd been mulling a woodworking side gig for years. Come March, he sold his first table at a farmer's market. And by summer, he was booking orders till Christmas. It was like the universe said, "Now, Tom," he chuckled over cider. March 2025's your now. Astrologically, the Virgo full moon around March 13th might shine a light on practical stuff, bills, budgets, a leaky faucet in Albany. Face it, fix it, it's clearing the deck. Then the Pisces new moon on March 29th plants a seed. Start small. Like stashing $20 a week for a rainy day. By month's end, you're not just dreaming, you're doing. With that Sag flair that turns a spark into a bonfire. It's a Northeast tale, grit meeting grace. Ready to cash in on Baba's golden whisper. Chapter 4. Living the prediction, how to grab your gold. Okay, Sagittarians, let's get practical. How do you turn Baba Vanga's prophecy into something you can bank on? Literally or figuratively? You're at 50, or close to it, and March 2025's lit up like a lighthouse on the Maine coast. This isn't about waiting for a golden goose to waddle into your backyard in Schenectady. It's about stepping up. Northeast style, with that mix of Yankee smarts and Sagittarian guts. Wealth's knocking, here's how to open the door. First, trust your gut, it's your superpower. Psychology says midlifers like you hit a peak of instinct and know-how. And Jupiter's got that dialed up to 11. In Pisces season, early March, lean into that quiet voice. Maybe it's telling you to check that old savings bond from your folks in Buffalo. Or to finally list that antique rocker on eBay. Oprah Winfrey, a Sag born January 29th, lives this. She said her best moves came from listening to her inner nudge. Like launching OWN when everyone said TV was dying. At 50, she was already building a legacy that'd make any New England matriarch proud. For you, it might be smaller, like my Aunt Peg, a Sag from Lowell, who at 52 found a side gig selling her jams at the co-op. By March, she'd turned a hobby into a paycheck. When Aries season hits, act fast. That's your green light, bold, brash, and ready to roll. Spot an opportunity, like a part-time gig plowing snow in Vermont, and jump. Baba Vanga's not handing you a check, she's pointing at the path. Surround yourself with folks who get it, your coffee clatch in Manchester. Your brother who's good with numbers. They'll keep you grounded while you aim high. Taylor Swift's Sag hustle shines here. Think of her re-recording her albums. A gutsy move that paid off big. At 50, your version might be negotiating a raise or investing in a friend's bakery in Providence. Keep it simple. 2. Northeast thrift runs deep. Stash a little each week. Like tossing logs on a fire for later. The Pisces new moon on March 29's your cue. Start a dream pot for that trip to Acadia you've been promising yourself. By month's end, with Aries fueling your fire, you're not just dreaming, you're building. Baba's prophecy is your spark, your grit's the flame. Get ready to shine, because this golden destiny's got your name all over it. Conclusion, your Sagittarian gold rush. Well, Sagittarians, we've trekked through Baba Vanga's wild prophecy. And what a ride it's been. From the misty promise of wealth at 50 to March 2025's starry lineup. You've got a map to a destiny brighter than a Cape Cod sunrise. Pisces season's dreamy nudge and Aries' fiery shove make this a month where love, work, and wealth could bloom like crocuses through the last snow. Whether you're channeling Taylor's bold hustle or Oprah's quiet savvy, you're primed to turn this mystic whisper into a northeast roar. Life's too short to sit on the sidelines. And you're too spirited to let this slip. Picture it, you're 50. Sipping coffee on a porch in Portsmouth. Grinning because you've nabbed that golden chance, maybe a fatter wallet. A warmer heart, or just the peace of knowing you're on your path. Baba Vanga didn't just see wealth, she saw you, the Sag who'd rather chase a dream than chase their tail. So, stoke that fire. Folks, March is your moment to dance with the stars. Here at Esoteric Wisdom, we're all about turning cosmic crumbs into a feast. And I hope this tale's warmed your soul like a bowl of chowder on a raw day. What's your next step? Spotting a deal, taking a risk, or just believing in your luck? Whatever it is, do it with that Sag sass we adore. Before I let you go, let's light up the night. Hit that like button if this struck a chord. Subscribe if you're not yet in our Esoteric Wisdom crew. And drop a comment. What's your golden dream for March? I'll be reading every one by the glow of my lantern, smiling like a fool. Till next time, keep shining, you wild-hearted wanderers. The stars and the snowbanks are cheering you on.